friends, welcome to Blush Palette Smackdown. Okay, so let me tell you, the reason why I have these palettes, all three of them, is because I wanted to review them. And I will tell you that if I don't like it, it's going back to Sephora. So, no getting on me about spending so much money on blush. Because I may not be keeping them all. And we're going to decide that as we discuss these three palettes. So pretty much everybody's got a blush palette right now. But these are the three that I felt like were the ones I was hearing about most on YouTube. And the ones that y'all seem to be most interested about when I talked on Instagram about different things. Y'all seem to be excited about these. So these are the ones that I want to go ahead and review for you. So we're going to start with the least expensive one first. And that is the Benefit one, and this is called the Cheeky Sweet Spot. It's got 6 blushes, and it's also got a What's Up, and it comes with a little brush. So my biggest complaint about this is the fact that it is so holiday looking. It is so Christmas specific. Like, there's no way I could get this for my sister-in-law because she's Jewish, and she would be like, why you get me some little Christmas house for Hanukkah? And I'd be like, oh, because it's a good set of blushes. I'm sorry, it looks like Santa's house. But I think that they're just looking for the sales. And there's enough people that celebrate Christmas that would want this. So, but I really wish it had been more holiday and less, or more winter themed, maybe blue with some snowflakes, something like that, so that it was more universal to more people of more cultures. It took me a minute to figure out how in the world this silly thing opens, and it actually opens down at the bottom here, like so. Whoop, whoop. See, it closes. Well, let's try that again. There's cardboard down here. So this tin is reusable for whatever you might want to reuse it for. I have no idea what I would put in here, but it is reusable for the record. And let's talk about the size of the blushes in here. Believe it or not, even though they look very uniform in here, they're actually different sizes according to the packaging. They range anywhere from 6 grams to 4 grams, depending on what they are, and then the What's Up little sample is 1.5 grams. The smallest one is Dandelion. And it's very strange that it can go from 4 grams to 6 grams, depending. Maybe the product itself is heavier or more densely packed. I'm not sure. Nope, it's not going to let me pull it out without damaging it, so I'm not going to pull it out to check the size of the pans, but I just thought that was really weird. So anyway, inside I really like that they have each name imprinted in there. So you've got Dandelion, Bella Bamba, Sugar Bomb, Hula, Coralista, and Rockateur over here. So if you were interested in trying out any of those blushes, this is a great way to be able to try all of them. Now, as far as the quality of these blushes, I do really like them. My favorite ones are Coralista, Bella Bamba, and, well, actually, we'll just put it this way. My 2 least favorites are Dandelion and Sugar Bomb, just because I don't feel like they can hold their own by themselves. They're just too powdery. They give you a nice glow, but they don't give you a lot of color. So those are my least favorite. A long time ago, I did do a review of the Sugar Bomb blush, and I trashed it, and I got so much flack for it, and that was because I was expecting it to be a standalone blush, and it's just not. What it is nice for, both of these, they're nice for layering on top of the others. I feel like all the rest can kind of hold their own. I did have a sample of Coralista before, and I loved it. I do have a full size of Hula, and I really like that one a lot. The Rockateur I've heard wonderful things about, and it definitely lives up to the hype. It's amazing. And then this one here, Bella Bamba, is also really nice. This one has a little bit of a, I wouldn't say sparkle, very, very finely milled sparkle, we'll say, in that one. Coralista is more of a shimmer, and then Rockateur is a little less shimmer than that, and then Sugar Bomb and Dandelion are a little less shimmer, then Hula is matte. So matte, the only matte in here is the Hula. So overall, I feel like this is a really nice palette. I think that if you're a Benefit blush fan, this is a must-have for you. Is this a must-have for the regular, average, everyday blush user? It is if you feel like these are colors that are ones that you would use. I really like the color selection. They've got a lot of different shades in here, which is really nice. So yeah, I mean, I think this is definitely a really good blush palette. The wear on these I don't feel like is quite as good as some of the other ones I'm going to show you, but it will last you through a work day or a school day in my experience. I do have normal skin, and I do use a primer. That one is $36 if I hadn't mentioned. This one here is from Tarte, and this is $42. And it does come with these two little hair clips, which are very cute if you like that kind of thing. It is kind of a squishy case. It is quite thick. The Benefit one is thicker, bulkier. It's got this point here. This is going to be more difficult to store. And unlike the Benefit one that does not have a mirror, the Tarte one does have a mirror. Okay, so those are the blushes there. And you get 5 of them compared to the 6 and the highlight with the Benefit, which is very interesting because it is more expensive. But I do feel like the quality of these blushes is better than the quality of the Benefit blushes overall. That's my personal opinion. I'm sorry to my friend Benefit Girl 16. I know, I'm sorry. I just feel that way. I'm sorry. But the Tarte ones I do really like. I have had this one the longest. This one I've had for a few weeks. I've used all of the colors except for this one. This one is a little light for me. It doesn't do much for me, but all the rest I absolutely adore. Let's talk about size here, my friends. Each one of these is identical size, and they are 4.5 grams each. Now, a full-size Tarte blush is 5.6 grams, so you're getting about a gram less than you would in a full size. One full size Tarte blush is $26. So to get 4 nearly full size for $42, if you love blushes, this is definitely a fantastic deal. The colors in here are Breathless, Embraced, Whimsy, Bashful, and Irreplaceable. Okay, from what I can tell, none of these shades are currently available on Sephora's website. I don't know if they were in other palettes. I don't know if they were previously available and not available anymore. I'm not really sure about. All I know is that Sephora does not carry any of these shades individually, so they may all be limited edition. You'll have to Google someone else and I'll find that information out. But actually, you know what? I'm going to go to Tarte's website and check because I need to know. The Sephora website says that these are all brand new shades, so I don't know if that means they're going to be releasing these at some point in the full size little circle-y thingies like these. I don't know, but as of now, they're exclusive to this palette. So, I do recommend this one as well. I feel like if I had to choose between the two, I would choose the Tarte over the Benefit just because I feel like I like the colors more. I feel like the lasting power is longer. These are easier to put too much on and have clown face. So if you are afraid of clown face, you might want to go with the Benefit, we'll go into the Nars in a second. But I really like these blushes. I think they go on beautifully, absolutely beautifully. So really in love with this and so happy to have that. Now, last one, moving on to Nars. But this is how it looks, and this is how it looks on the inside. Woohoo! And they took kind of the same route, I believe, that the Benefit one did, and that is to include shades that already exist that people may want to have and not want to pay the full price for. This is Miss Liberty. This one is Deep Throat. This one is Sex Fantasy, and this is Final Cut. And this, of course, is the Laguna Bronzer, because they're not going to have a palette without Laguna Bronzer. I'm so surprised they did not put Orgasm in here. I guess they put the Deep Throat in instead. I was so thankful because I feel like they put Orgasm in everything. And it's like, I already have an Orgasm, so that sounds terrible. I already have an Orgasm blush, so I don't need another one. This conversation is just going in a bad place. So anyway, moving on from that. Okay, bunk. Let me tell you how much it costs. This baby costs $65, but let me tell you why it costs $65. Each individual Nars blush is $30 a piece. Now this one has all full-size blushes in here. Bam, bam. So each one of these is actually the same as a full-size Nars blush. They're all 4.5 grams. They're really close to full size. The full-size Nars blush is 0.16 ounces. These are 0.15 ounces each. Laguna Bronzer is 0.35 ounces. Holy gajoli. Full-size Laguna Bronzer is 0.28 ounces. The Laguna Bronzer in here is 0.35 ounces. So it's actually bigger than the full-size Laguna. And the Laguna Bronzer is $38 by itself. So you're getting more than a full-size Laguna, $38. Then you're getting, so that kind of compensating for just a tiny bit less. These are $30, $30, $30, $30. That's a lot of money, man. That's a lot of money if you buy these individually. So That's why this is $65. Now, is this worth $60? It depends on how much of a blush addict you are, and it depends on how much you love Nars blushes. Now, these I feel like blend and are the easiest to work with out of all of them. They do take some building in order to get them to build up, but that helps you to avoid the clown face, because this is you're going to probably get some clown face if you're not careful with that, if you're not really good at the blush application. Now, this helps you to avoid that by making it so buildable. Now this one is probably in the middle. There are some of these that you do have to be careful with, especially the Hoola. When you're doing your contour, girlfriend, you gotta make sure you blend that contour, especially with Hoola, because Hoola will go on like mud if you don't blend it right, so you gotta be really careful. Now Laguna goes on a little bit easier, so it's you're a lot less likely to make a mistake with Laguna than you are with the Hoola, if that makes sense. Comparing them all together, let's show you some swatches of how they compare as far as color. Because, you know, we gotta get all complicated up here on this channel so you can really see the differences between these babies. Alright, so we're gonna do bronze or smackdown, baby. Bronze or smackdown. Alright, on the top is Hoola, bottom is Laguna. These are finger swatches, okay? So you can see the pigmentation difference and what I was saying as far as the margin of error. You have more margin of error with the Laguna than you do with the Hoola. You can really see that in the finger swatches. Alright, so we got the light pinks here. So this is Dandelion from Benefit. This is Sex Fantasy from Nars, and this is Whimsy from Tarte. So this is Coralista from Benefit. This one is Final Cut from Nars. This one is Bashful from Tarte. Those are your coral colors. Alright, these are your more rose tones. This one is Bella Bamba by Benefit. This is the Rockateur by Benefit. This one is Deep Throat by Nars. And this one is Irreplaceable by Tarte. These are the two that I didn't mention from Tarte. This is Embraced and this is Breathless. This is the only one I didn't mention yet from the Nars palette. This is Miss Liberty. That's the highlight. It does have a lot of glitter in it. It's not shimmer, it's actual glitters. Alright, and from the Benefit package, this is the Sugar Bomb and this is the Cream Highlight, the What's Up. This is the Benefit palette all together. So this is Dandelion, Bella Bamba, Sugar Bomb, Hoola, Coralista, the Rockateur, and then there is the What's Up Cream Highlighter. Alright, here's the Nars all together. So this one is the Miss Liberty Highlight, this one is Deep Throat, this one is Sex Fantasy, and Final Cut, and then the Laguna Bronzer. Okay, and finally Tarte all together. Barely there, can't hardly see it. That is Breathless. This one is Embraced. This is Whimsy, Bashful, and over here on the side is Irreplaceable. Okay, so now this is how I kind of break down which one is the best for you. Okay, so listen up. I'm going to tell you which one's the best for you depending on which thing you're looking for. So if you're looking for the most blushes, the most number, you're going to go with Benefit, okay, because you have the most stuff in it. Also, you're getting the brush here, the little brush. If you're looking for somebody that celebrates Christmas and really wants a Christmassy holiday cutesy little packaging, you're going to go with Benefit. If you like cream highlights, you're going to go with Benefit. If you want one that's going to be a little bit pigmented, that you are going to not have as much issue with clown face, but you want some pigmentation, you're going to go with Benefit. And if you want some blushes that you can layer, if you want a bronzer, this one has, remember this one though, has a big issue with going on very thick, so be careful with that one. There's no sparkles in here, they're just shimmers or mattes. So that is kind of the breakdown on this, and if you like those things, you're going to go with Benefit. Nars, okay, the most expensive one. You want one that's gonna, well, they're all going to last you a really long time. But if you're used to drugstore blushes and you want to know the difference between size, the NYX and the Wet n Wild are both 4 grams, which are smaller than the ones that are in here. The smallest one that is in here is 4 grams, so they're really big sizes even though they're not full size. Now, going on with with the Nars. People that are going to want the Nars. Nars collectors, of course, are going to want the Nars. People that want that only need just a few shades and don't need a full range of shades, and that these shades are appealing, you're going to go with the Nars. Now remember though, this highlight is sparkly. This is for like night out, going out. You want to show some sparkle. That is what this highlight's for. So be aware of that. This bronzer is excellent for contouring. I've heard great things about it on many, many skin tones, and it is matte. This one has bigger margin of error, so you're less likely to mess this one up than you are the Hoola, because it isn't as pigmented. These last a long time, but they take some building, so you're less likely to get clown face with these because they do take a little while to build up. Lasting power is really nice on these. So take a look at those. Maybe this one's for you, maybe not, but this one is the most expensive, so keep that in mind as well. And then finally, the Tarte one. This has the same number of products as in the Nars. Now, this one here does not show up on my skin tone. I would imagine it would not show up on darker skin tones. This is only going to show up on your lighter skin tones, in my opinion. So this one is kind of not one that I will use. So that brings me down to just 4 blushes that I personally will use. These are all very pigmented, very easy to go to clown face. You have to be really gentle, really light hand with these. And lasting power on these is amazing. So really about these is whether you're scared of clown face, whether you are attracted to these shades or not, is whether this one's going to be good for you. Packaging wise, this one's going to be the easiest to store. This one's going to be the least easy to store if you have a big collection. This one comes with a little hair thing, so if that's attractive to you, that's going to be good for this one. But that's kind of the breakdown of these. And again, the least expensive, middle, and most expensive here. I think no matter which one you get, I think that they're all good quality, to be completely honest. It's just the little details that are going to make a difference between these palettes. Personally, I don't know if I'm going to have to bring at least one of these back because it's stupid for me to have all of them. I mean, you saw all of the shades, so honestly, I don't know which one I'm going to keep. So I would love to hear your opinions down below, whether I should keep all of them, keep just one of them, which ones are your favorites. I would love to hear in the comments below, and we'll chat it up down there as far as which ones you think I should keep, because there's really no reason for me to keep all 3 of these, so I don't know what to do. I need your help with that, so I would appreciate that in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching, and if this is the first time you're seeing my videos, hi, I'm Jen. It's so nice to meet you. I hope that you enjoyed the video and that you stick around and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. Mad love, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!